Hello everyone! Welcome on in to the stream! We are back with more Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I hope everyone's doing well. Today's going to be probably a short stream. I don't feel very well today, but I did want to stream because I'm not going to be able to stream over Friday and Saturdays. So hopefully we can get through this trial part 2. Hopefully. We'll see. I'll go as long as I can before I start feeling too ill to continue. Thankfully, we did get a little bit into it last time, so we're at a cross-examination now. The view from 60 feet up. Let's reread the cross-examination as a refresher. It was an incident terrible. I'm only grateful that my balloons were not damaged. There's this huge bang from the stage, and then the next second, another bang in the sky beside us. And from amidst the smoke, a cage appears out of nowhere. The cage, it fell from the sky like a stone, and crashed into the crystal tower. I didn't get a good look inside the cage, but no one went near it after crashing the tower. No, little German boy, don't get on the witness stand. The prosecution really is asserting that the demonstration was genuine. But what if it was actually some kind of switch-around trick instead? That would mean that the victim was never actually on the stage in the first place. The 2 explosions would have thrown everyone watching into a panic for sure. I think I need to find out more about what exactly people saw at the time. That's the you need to press things dialogue. Alright, my balloons were not damaged. There's this huge bang from the stage, then the next second another bang in the sky beside us. Okay. So you actually saw the accident happen from up in the air. Yup. Ain't it amazing what a detective gets to do, eh? I'm telling you, Otto, being a lawyer's a mug's game. You should join the force and we can go flying together. You know me so well. Yes, well, anyway. Could you tell us exactly what you saw, do you think? Everything. We saw everything because we were up above it all. That dodgy cove climbing in that cage and that dodgy professor pulling all them levers. And that's when it happened. That's when there was that massive bang and the cage disappeared, just like that. You are describing the moment the subject's body was decomposed by the electricity, I believe. Well, I didn't know what to make of it. But then there was another bang right in my ear. I looked round and there was a huge great fireball right next to us in the sky. And there was nothing there before. Hello, little German boy.
Excuse me.
Mr. Gotts, does your memory of the day differ? My teacher at elementary school says that when you meet someone for the first time, you should always use their full name. Yes. What was it again? Wilhelm Gottfried Sigismund Ormstein. Yeah? Just the 4 names then? Is that all? The point is, do you have something to say? Something to add in response to Detective Gina Lestrade's last remark, perhaps? Detective Gina Lestrade. Aww. Oi, get it right, I do. It's Inspector Lestrade. my bad, my bad. Why does everyone have a problem with how I address them at the moment? That is not what I saw. Oh? Please elaborate. Yeah. There was a second explosion. It was right beside our balloon. That is true. But I'm sure... Which is what I said, innit? One minute there was nothing there, then the next, a massive explosion. My teacher at elementary school says that when someone else is speaking, if you are rude enough to interrupt, you will have the most awful life imaginable. Are all Bohemians brought up to be so full of joy? I love that animation so much. Just before the second explosion happened next to our balloon, I clearly witnessed a green balloon flying in the sky. A green balloon? What? I never saw nothing like that. Well, I did. I saw it, and you can't say I didn't. I will complain to the council. I will cry and scream. My testimony is the truth. I am Bohemian Prince. You cannot say it's a lie. That is not allowed. Dude, this kid's awesome. Buying the blatant royalty card, are you? Typical. Says the orphan who likes to remind people she works for Her Majesty's police. I feel like calling her an orphan was unnecessary. In that case, young man, I must ask you to amend your formal testimony. In the interests of cordial national relations between Great Britain and Bohemia. It was not the sky that exploded. It was a green balloon that was next to us at the time. So, a balloon exploded. That's probably what this is. But also, didn't he say that that my balloons were not damaged? Oh my god, this testimony is one of Lucia's spoken. I spent a lot of time coming up with a pun there. I think, yeah, this has to be the balloon then, because he said it's a green balloon.
Objection!
Okay. Yeah. Sir, I think your balloon was damaged. Mr. Luna, in your testimony, you said that all 3 of the balloons you had operating at the time were undamaged. Si, that is correct. If they had been caught in the explosiones, it would have been terrible. I wonder if you might know what this is? Oh, I think it may be... Let's see, part of a balloon, a burnt piece of fabric of the envelope. Sorry, the envelope? Pardon. That is the large part of the balloon which becomes filled with hot air. It is made from very thick fabric lined with rubber. You do not want it to rip when you are in the sky. Just as I thought. This piece of cloth was found near the experimentation stage. In other words, as Mr. Gotts testified, a green balloon did indeed explode that day. If all the balloons in the sky above the experimentation stage belong to you, Mr. Loon, then your statement that they were all undamaged clearly contradicts the evidence. No! The balloon exploded, Doctor. Why did the man say so? Maybe everyone on board was killed. Oh no, having to spend £200 for the experiment, how awful. Seems to me like those things crash 50% of the time anyway. the instantaneous kinesis did occur, but after the explosion on stage, the point of materialization shifted to a location occupied by a balloon, causing the balloon to explode. Yes, eminently plausible. An unfortunate traffic accident, as it were, but it changes nothing about the pertinent facts. This I cannot accept. Why not, Mr. Loon? You are suggesting that I am a liar. That person's died in a balloon incidente. I'm realizing now I was giving him the wrong accent. I realize he's Italian now. It's fine. It's fine. My accents aren't good anyway. There's no need to get fired up, Mr. Loon. The victim was the sole fatality that day. That's right, and I can prove it. Balthazar Loon is not a liar. There was no such balloon in the sky. It is non possible. I don't know why I thought he was French. He was clearly speaking Italian. You're saying it's impossible? Why? I like Balloon's hat. It's a nice hat. This court has more important matters to discuss than the number of balloons that were operating that day. I didn't even notice like the little like fire thing in it. That's pretty cool.
Objection.
But we can't ignore the fact that nobody appears to have known anything about this other balloon until now. My lord, the defense calls for further testimony from Mr. Loon. No, I don't want to keep... I concur. There is clearly more to the truth here than meets the eye. It is imperative that we clear up the issue of this phantom balloon, I feel. I didn't until I figured out this stupidly just spoken pun. Witness, you will give supplementary testimony about the balloons you were operating at the exhibition. Balloon. Grazie, my lord. Mr. Loon's balloons. Loon's balloons. As I said, Balthazar Loon is no liar. Every balloon I has in the sky landed safely. I don't even know what accent I'm doing anymore. All three of my balloons were carrying passengers. If they fell to the ground in an explosion, what a catastrophe! I was debating whether he'd be calling the lawyers gay or something, and then I remembered that Lucia is lie in German. Thanks, JD. Heather's mention. But you can't get away from the fact that a burnt up bit of cloth was found at the scene, can ya? The coppers at the yard reckon it was probably some debris thrown from the explosion on the stage. This stupid ragazzo is mistaken. My balloons have the red and blue zigzag stripes anyway. We love the Ichluga bullets. Ichluga. So your assertion is that the balloon this child saw was not the one belonging to you? Si, exactamente. He even saw a balloon in the if he even saw a balloon in the first place. And also are alive gay lawyers. I do not like the sound of it. It is very bad for business. I have a good mind to sue the land of Bohemia. If you attack us, we will fight back. It will be war. All out war. He still buys the balloon. What happened to all out war? Mr. Loon certainly doesn't appear to be lying, but that doesn't change the fact that the testimony and evidence are contradictory here. If the defense is unable to find fault with the witness's statements, the court must consider them the truth. What? The game just lagged there for a minute. What was that? Think long and hard on that, my learned friend. Okay. Thinking long and hard. Oh no. The situation has clearly changed now. I have to get to the bottom of what happened here, no matter what it takes. Counsel, you may now cross-examine the witnesses. Cross-examination. Okay. Mr. Loon's balloons. As I said, Balthazar Loon is no liar. Every balloon I had in the sky landed safely. All 3 of my balloons were carrying passengers. If they fell to the ground in an explosion, what a catastrophe. Fair. Fair enough. It would be quite a catastrophe if they fell to the ground for any reason, I think. On that note, Mr. Loon, tell me, what is it that keeps these balloons in the sky? Are you an idiota? Sorry? Sorry? That is like asking, why does a candle burn bright? It burns bright because it burns bright, and a balloon flies because it flies. What else? That must be Italian for, I don't know. There are 2 types of flying balloons. Hot air balloons and gas balloons. Hot air balloons work on the principle of hot air being less dense than cold air. Science lesson. Whereas gas balloons derive their lift by using a gas that is lighter than air. Why is it that birds fly? See, and my balloons are filled with the magic gas, I believe. Hydrogen. Lighter than air, but highly explosive. You're so smart, Fanzix. Good lord. I do not permit smoking of the cigarettes in any of my balloons. The magic gas does not like fire. Even a small spark of static electricity could cause the entire balloon to explode. Oh my god. What is the matter with you, senor? All that comes out of your mouth is esplosione, esplosione. I tell you, my balloons are perfectly safe. They have to be, or I cannot eat. None of my balloons exploded that day, I'm completely sure. But if you still say that it's what happened, you must show me the proof. Alright, so Mr. Loon had 3 balloons in the air that day. If none of them were damaged, then what was the one that exploded? I love Renosuke's face when he does that. Huh? Well, you can't get away from the fact that a bit of cloth was found at the scene, can ya? The cup is at the yard, reckon it was probably some debris.
Hold it!
There was considerable damage to the stage and surrounding area, wasn't there? Yeah, some of the coves were watching the experiment were caught up in the blast and injured. Good job the old contraption didn't keel over, eh? I hadn't even considered that. It seems there was a great panic after the incident occurred. Nevertheless, the police shouldn't have missed the torn piece of the envelope from a balloon. Inspector Gregston can expect repercussions. Like me swiping all these fish and chips, eh? The man's sole pleasure, it's all he lives for, is his fish and chips. None of this matters. The scrap of balloon envelope means nothing. Niente. Okay. The stupid ragazzo is mistaken. My balloons have the red and blue zigzag stripes anyway. You mean the color is wrong? See, senor, I do not have any green balloons in my warehouse. And yet, a piece of green cloth was found at the scene, and it's unmistakably from a balloon. Well, I do not know how that can be. For the sake of argument, let's say that a green balloon did explode above the stage. We couldn't therefore conclude that it happened on the day in question.
Hey, where's your proof that it happened that day?
Why not? There have been recreational balloons flights over Hyde Park operating from before the Great Exhibition. One could have exploded on some earlier date. Unfortunate, as I'm sure you'd agree. You believe it may have been from some earlier balloon accident that predates the exhibition? Si, exactamente. As the senor says, it is not from one of my balloons. Clearly the little ragazzo from Bohemia is mistaken about what he saw. Yes. He is going to hit you.
Excuse me.
Don't don't slam your fist at the child. Is something wrong, Master Gotts? It's Master Wilhelm Gottreich Sigismund Ormstein. It was on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, something is very wrong. I know what I saw. There was a green balloon there, I swear it. I swear all over Bohemia. You can speak as much bad language as you like, but it changes nothing. If you do not have any evidence, ragazzo, then I must tell your parents to punish you, eh? Oh my god! Perhaps we'll let the judge decide when it comes to punishments. Evidence? What is this evidence? To give a simple example, young man. A photograph, for instance. Some tangible proof of what you claim. But why didn't you say so sooner? I have the photograph here. Oh, good gracious. What? I had not been up in a balloon for a little while, so I was very excited. I took lots and lots of photographs. Of the Crystal Tower, of the Bohemian exhibit, of the streets of London, of the Rod Eel Cellar, the balloon. And the instantaneous kinesis experiment? Did you take a picture of that? Yeah, one picture. Really? You did take one? That's all I wanted was a ride in a balloon. I was not interested in boring experiments. Never mind that. Can you show us that photograph? Of course, and then you will see. You will see that I am not lying. That I really did see a green balloon. Very good. Very good. Well, I see you are too shocked to speak. Yes, I think shocked is indeed the word, young man. Yeah, perhaps you cannot see that it was a green balloon from this photograph, but that is not my fault. That is the fault of the stupid person who made the camera. He's crying in accent. He's crying with an accent. That is one very Bohemian sounding cry. Very well, this court will accept this photograph as evidence. Please stop crying in German. A photograph taken by Gotts whilst he was riding in a balloon. It shows another balloon that he claims was green and exploded moments after he took this shot. It's not my fault. It's the fault of the person who made the camera. Well, never mind. I'm sure you have plenty of wonderful sepia memories to take home with you. In any case, when exactly did you take that photograph? Well, it was on the day of the big explosion. You don't say. When I pressed the shutter release, there was this very loud bang, and the hot wind rushed off of my face. That means this photograph was taken a split second before the explosion occurred. Well, if you ask me, this black and white photograph changes nothing. I could not give a flying fig. Oh my gosh. Lovely language you've picked up. As I thought, Mr. Loon's testimony just doesn't quite add up. The young Bohemian boy claims to have seen another fourth balloon, but Mr. Loon vehemently denies the possibility. And it's hard to imagine the man in charge could be mistaken about the numbers that were in the air. Still, this inconsistency must tell us something, I'm sure. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the photograph. Well, it looks like there's like... See, he said there was like zigzag patterns on his balloons, but there's no zigzag pattern on this balloon. So maybe that's what we presented on. Also, that balloon's empty, which is interesting. Oh yeah, that balloon's empty! All three of my balloons were carrying passengers. There's no passengers!
Objection.
Unfortunately, the photograph Mr. Gotts took can't tell us the color of the balloon, but it can tell us something else. Something crucially important. What? It shows that the pictured balloon wasn't carrying any passengers. Oh, my goodness, you're right. But surely all the balloons would have been carrying passengers. There'd be no sense in it otherwise. See, they are for pleasure, for seeing the view. My balloons only fly with passengers. Which tells us the pictured balloon isn't one of them. So when the incident occurred that day, there was a fourth balloon in the skies above the experimentation stage. The mysterious green balloon. I know nothing, niente. I can only tell you one thing. If this balloon was not carrying passengers, that it was not one of mine. Oh, his hat.
Objection.
There are illegal tradesmen everywhere you care to look. Clearly, one such entrepreneur decided to capitalize on the opportunity presented by the Great Exhibition and managed to operate balloon flights on Mr. Loon's patch without him realizing. See, the competition is trying to steal my profits. I did not notice because of the experimento that went wrong on the stage. This fourth balloon exploded at the very same moment Mr. Asman was beamed from the stage below. Right, so them scraps fell to the ground after and left them scorch marks. Or they didn't come from the stage at all. It was bits of the balloon raining down. Because no one was in it, it didn't get no attention. Mysterious fourth balloon carrying no passengers, silently floating over the experimentation stage.
Objection.
This photograph shows us nothing more. A stray balloon carrying no one and operated by some rogue trader. Clearly it has nothing to do with the case. Its relevance does elude me, I must say. The court has sufficient evidence and heard ample testimony already. The prosecution calls for this trial to be concluded. Now. Well. I'm surprised there's been no summation examination yet. Really? Have we really got to the truth yet? No, I can't let this opportunity slip away. The jurors' minds are made up, and not in our favor. Oh, damn it. What else can this photograph tell us? Is there nothing more we can learn from it? Yes, there's more!
Objection.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, wait. Please don't give your decisions yet. The photograph from Master Gotts may well be hiding one more vital clue. What's that? A vital clue?
Objection.
We're well past the point of mere possibilities. It's time for definitives now, so tell the court. What does this alleged clue in the photograph prove? The balloon's owner, the balloon's color, the cause of the the cause of the explosion. There's like a little thing shooting at it. We can reasonably assume that the picture balloon was destroyed in the searing heat of the explosion. Yes, that's right, yeah. It was not my fault. Evidently, because the birdcage from the kinesis machine materialized in the sky where it had been flying. And the balloon, being filled with flammable hydrogen, instantly and explosively ignited.
Objection.
No, that's not what happened. What? It would appear that this photograph requires closer examination. Counsel for the defense, You will highlight the location of this alleged clue in the photograph for the court. Of course, my lord. If you look closely, it's plain enough to see. And what's shown is linked to another piece of evidence we have. In a way that leads to an unbelievable conclusion. The clue that heavily suggests the real reason the balloon exploded is this.
Take that!
Yeah. The timing of this photograph can only be described as miraculous. If you look, you'll notice there's a bright white line that appears to point directly at the balloon. Most likely a ray of light caught incidentally on the film. I'm afraid I can see nothing of the sort. If you look with a magnifying glass, my lord, it becomes clear what the nature of this bright line really is. Before they show us, I actually do want to look at it with a magnifying glass. I don't see anything else. Goodness, what is that? Undeniably some flash of light, yes. Oh golly, do you think it might be lightning? No. But it couldn't been a finer day. I believe we may be looking at fire. Bolt of fire, headed straight for the balloon, like an arrow. Indeed, even to my aging eyes, it would appear to be a flame of some sort. My word, are you suggesting this flame struck the hydrogen gas that filled the balloon? Gasp! That's absurd. The balloon would have been 60 feet above the ground at the time. No flame could have possibly reached such a height.
Objection!
Actually, it's my opinion that a particular piece of evidence found at the scene reveals how that is exactly what did happen. What evidence? If such evidence exists, counsel, then for goodness' sake present it, man! Which evidence explains this mysterious streak of flame that appears to be headed directly for the balloon? I don't know. No. No, that's just about Van Zieg's. No. Maybe we'll come back. No. I don't think so. Maybe, actually. No. Autopsy. Is there something with this? Are we allowed to examine it now? It's... Maybe it's just this in general? Can't find anything out of place. Oh, oh, oh! That is hard to spot. Oh, there's some sort of lever here. Okay, it's a cross. I thought it was a crossbow. I think I said that. It looked like a crossbow. What the? What is this? It looks like a cross between a bow and a gun. I think it's probably used for the same thing, too. The details of the crossbow have been updated in the court record. A weapon found hidden behind a tree under the experimentation stage at the exposition grounds. Turns out that it's a folding crossbow. Okay.
Take that!
They shot fire from the crossbow, my lord. This was found hidden at the foot of a small ornamental tree near the scene. Good lord. Is that a crossbow? An arrow dipped in oil and set alight could have been shot from this weapon, sending a flaming arrow straight into the hydrogen-filled bomb. Are you suggesting that crossbow was used to deliberately... Blimey, you're right. That streak of light in the photo looks just like an arrow, don't it? And then the explosion of the balloon, it was... Very likely the result of a flaming arrow from this crossbow igniting the hydrogen gas inside it. No. Order, order! Counsel, this is an extraordinary supposition. If the aim was to cause the balloon to explode, the shooter could have used a gun, of course. However, there's an obvious reason why that would have been out of the question. The noise of the discharge, of course. That's right. By using a crossbow, the projectile could be fired at the balloon silently. Well, yeah, if someone had shot a gun off in the exhibition grounds, it would cause a real panic. But with the big explosion, there was a very big panic anyway, no? I don't like this. I don't like this. I should be pleased to have found a plausible new explanation for all this, but something feels wrong.
Objection!
Do you understand the implications of what you say, my Nipponese friend? No. If a flaming arrow did indeed hit the balloon, then obviously it would have exploded. And if the birdcage appeared from the cloud of smoke that ensued... Well, wait a minute. What are you really saying here? What I don't get was the birdcage beamed up in the sky after all? Or what? My goodness me. Ah, now I understand. That's what that sinking feeling is about. I think there's a good chance that the birdcage was actually concealed inside the balloon all along. What? Did I just hear that correctly, Counsel? There's no going back now. The horse has bolted. Let's assume, as I said, that the birdcage was hidden inside the green balloon from the start. On stage, when the experiment was started, the birdcage and the instantaneous kinesis machine disappeared in a cloud of smoke. At that moment, the flaming arrow was fired from the ground, causing the green balloon to explode and drawing the attention of the spectators to the sky above their heads. From amid the smoke, the hidden birdcage then appeared to fall down and crash into the crystal tower. I think you'll all agree it's entirely plausible that what I've just described is the real truth behind the miraculous experiment carried out that day. That makes sense. Good grief!
Objection!
This is ludicrous. What you've described is no science experiment. It's child's play. A contemptible display of stage magic. Both Mr. Sholmes and Iris said that the experiment was a scientific impossibility. In which case, this was the only way to explain what happened that day. And in any case, the victim's body was found inside the birdcage in the crystal tower. If the instantaneous kinesis didn't take place, how do you explain that? If I may put in a word, as a man of magic myself, such apparent discrepancies can easily be explained by some simple deception. Juror number 3. All that would be needed is a doppelganger, someone who looked very similar to the victim, Mr. Osman, and having this other man appear on stage to front the show as a body double. Yes, of course. So in fact, Mr. Osman must have been inside the birdcage that was concealed inside the balloon right from the start.
Objection!
That balloon would have been filled with hydrogen. Anything hidden inside it would have been scattered to the four winds when it exploded. No one would have ever embarked on such a risky venture. Not necessarily. The explosive force of the balloon gas would very much depend upon the mixture ratio. Juror number 4. Flying balloons are rarely filled with pure hydrogen, but a mixture of other gases such as helium as well. Helium on its own doesn't explode, but by controlling the gas mixture ratio, the explosive force can be altered. I'm learning so much science today. The mixture ratio. Obviously, the victim's body would have suffered some burns. That would be unavoidable. Does his body have burns? Can't tell. Is it on the autopsy? Hemorrhage of a wound to the chest that pierced the heart, inflicted by sharp implement. A broken vertebrae. Result from impact over sudden fall from considerable height. Yeah, there's no mention of burns. But not to such an extent as to render this whole obscene charade impossible. So everything that happened can be explained logically and scientifically. The explosion that engulfed the stage at the start of the experiment was no accident. It was all part of an elaborate deception to make it appear that instantaneous kinesis had occurred. Well, goodness me. And if we accept that this is what had happened, it means that the victim, Mr. Osmond, was never present on this public experimentation stage to begin with. In short, he couldn't have been killed by the defendant, who was on stage in full view the entire time. Ooh, nice visual. This will be very hard for the prosecution to counter. Lord Van Zieks can't credibly maintain that Professor Harebrain is a suspect now. Don't say it. Don't say it. I knew it. I knew it. Mr. Naruhodo, I appreciate your efforts. Thank you. But, Professor Hare? But you can stop now. Just keep your mouth shut, please. Now, please. Sorry? What's all this about, Mr. Harebrain? I, Albert Harebrain, hereby confess that it was me who stabbed Mr. Odie Osmond. No, stop. Stop. Yes, it was me, with my faithful friend and partner, Andrew the Screwdriver. What are you doing? Every time we're about to win. Order, order, order. The defendant explained the sudden confession.
Objection.
Professor Harebrain, what are you talking about? It's what I've said all along. I must protect my hypothesis on my precious machine. You stand there and claim it was all a trick, all an elaborate prank, but where's your proof? No, you'd have to examine the machine if you wanted to prove it, but then it would all be over. My beautiful hypothesis would be laid bare. I mean, the indignity of it. It's clear that you drew the plans for the experiment, but you didn't actually build it. It's quite conceivable that you were duped, Professor. If you'll just let me, I can Baroque! Yes. How's it hanging? I'll cooperate. I'll do whatever you say, I swear it. So please, ensure the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act is adhered to and protect my creation. Pray forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice at this critical juncture. Here's to my learned Nipponese friend. What? And his upcoming attempt to clarify the defense's position in the light of the accused's confession. Oh boy. I have a feeling. Do you intend to formally assert that the experiment was nothing more than a conjuring trick? Because the moment you do, the Special Dispensation for a Scientific Equipment Act that protects the professor's invention will cease to apply. The prosecution will then demand a rigorous examination of machinery involved in order to establish the truth. Oh boy, tough choice. However, if you acknowledge that the machine is genuine and instrumental in the victim's murder, any chance of investigating will be crushed, and the confidentiality of the professor's hypothesis preserved. Do you drink the wine? You're always throwing it and breaking it. I don't think he ever drinks it. Well, counsel, what is the defense's official position on this matter? No, his hallowed chalice. How dare you say something so stupid to make him break it? Oh, I'm such an idiot. I caused his hand to curl. Glass to shatter. Professor Harebrain, my client, actually asked of me was to prove that the explosion on stage was an accident and protect the secrecy of his hypothesis. But there's no way to do that without implying the professor's guilt. Do I protect my client's— oh my god, no! Do I protect my client's life by asserting his innocence, or do I uphold my client's request but see him condemned? Either way, I can't avoid betraying his trust. You've been silent long enough. Isn't talking your trade, my learned friend? He did tell you, that's why he went through so many at the start of the case. Yeah. Or has all knowledge of English escaped your confused Nipponese mind? Oh, they're gonna make me pick, aren't they? Mr. Naruhodo! There's no escape here. I have to make a choice. But it's an impossible one. I have to give up on something, but what? The defense asserts— oh no! Where's like some like— oh man. This is giving me vibes of what if the choosing if Matt on guard is gets a guilty or not guilty verdict. That's like the same— it's not the same thing. It's similar here though. The defense asserts that the defendant's instantaneous kinesis machine was in fact— I want my case to go well, okay? It's a trick. Ow. I watched that scene in the anime and canonically Nick says he's not guilty. Yeah. No, I can't say it. Ugh, okay. My client placed his faith in me. I can't just let him down. Mia Fey? We're having a Mia Fey moment? This is when Mia shows up next to us. I don't know who's talking. We're gonna go Mia Fey until we find out who it is. What must I give up on? Is not the question you have to ask yourself here. It's what can I protect? Oh! Susanoo! Hello again, Mr. Naruhodo. It's been far too long. It's Mia Fey. So, are we hallucinating you? Susanoo-san. But what are you— oh, there we go. Susanoo takedown. My first Susanoo takedown in 6 months. Oh, how I missed you.
There'll be time to talk later, Mr. Naruhodo. For now, we must concentrate at the task at hand.
Which is working out not what I have to give up on, but what I can protect. Professor Harebrain. Yes? Yesterday you told me that science is the pursuit of the truth. Well, my job is to pursue the truth too. Yes, of course. And personally, I believe that you didn't stab Mr. Asman. I think you've come to realize something yourself too, haven't you? That your experiment and the machine you built with the victim are questionable. The truth behind that is what we must both pursue now. Oh. So, you finally opened your eyes. What? And as for you, Albert, you can't ignore this any longer. Having heard my learned friend's assertion, don't you have something to say?
Barak!
Lord Van Zeeks?
Gosh, I've never heard him speak that way before.
In truth, there is one thing. Something I remembered that's of relevance. Oh, of course. You're just remembering something of relevance now. What? On the day it happened, just before I began the experiment, I saw a man near the stage. A man holding that crossbow. I beg your pardon? Professor! Did the man have any distinguishing features? What did he look like? Tall. Taller than me. And then thinner than me, with straight hair, straighter and whiter than mine. Let me see. One less lens than me too. A monocle. Rather stylish black monocle. But one thing in particular will help to positively identify the man. You see, I know him very well. Nice. Nice, very good. After all, he's the engineer who built my invention. I'm sure he's not relevant. What? He built the machine? That's right. Mr. Osmond introduced him to me a year ago. He's a man by the name of Enoch Drebber. Enoch? Drebber? Oh, they know him. Does this name mean something? Members of the jury seem flustered. Not a name any scientist wishes to hear. That man's an abomination. Oh, not a name any conjurer wishes to hear either. Who on earth is he? I'm afraid this isn't the first tale of this nature that I've heard in scientific circles in connection with that name. There's talk of other flamboyant experiments that turn out to be nothing but straight stage trickery in the end. Obviously, the rascal is after the government's research grant money. Obviously. But when magicians are in need of money, I have heard of them resorting to these underhand tactics. Some acquaintances of mine with experience of such things have mentioned Enoch Drebber's name before. The man is both an engineer and a magician. Yes, we're dealing with an unparalleled confidence trickster here. That's Enoch Drebber for you. Gasp. So it's true then. My invention. My great machine. It was just the grand illusion. Considering what we just heard about Mr. Drebber's character, I'm sorry to say that sounds increasingly likely. Even though no one else believed it, I wanted to. I wanted to believe that machine would function exactly as my hypothesis predicted. Which is why you were so opposed to it being investigated, I presume. I knew that if the machine was examined in detail, its construction would give away my hypothesis. Obviously, I didn't want that to happen, but at the same time, I knew that if that was found to be nothing more than a trick, than a work of deception, then everything I'd worked towards, all my research, all my dreams, my whole life would be over. Aww. I was terrified at the prospect. So you really had no idea then, did you? I didn't think you would have. About the true nature of the machine that was built, and the true nature of Mr. Drebber. I never questioned anything. I didn't want to question it. It's entirely possible that Mr. Osmond and Mr. Drebber were working together to use you as a means of fraudulently acquiring the research grant money. announced my invention to the crowds that day, it was the finest moment of my career. I pulled all the levers and turned all the dials in exactly the way Dreba had described. When the smoke suddenly started billowing out, I panicked. I didn't know what was happening. But I really don't know how the whole illusion was made to work. I don't know anything anymore. Let me confirm one final point with you, Professor. Do you now consent to the prosecution submitting the necessary paperwork to release your invention from the protection afforded by the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act? Yes, please go ahead. I'm very sorry. It would appear that we shall have to suspend proceedings for the remainder of the day now. Lord Van Zieks, my lord. The court has newly been made aware of another party whose involvement in this matter is critical. Yes, Mr. Drebber. Gather information about the man, if possible. I should like him served with a subpoena. With pleasure, my lord. Now, counsel for the defense. Yes, my lord? I don't know what you do. When we reconvene, I shall be looking for one thing and one thing alone from you. Evidence that the defendant is innocent of the crime for which he presently stands accused. Scenario! Thank you for the sub! Aw, I appreciate it! And thank you for being here all the time. You're such a pleasure to have in chat. I understand. Good. In that case, this court is adjourned until tomorrow morning. Thank you so much again. I appreciate it. What the heck? 23rd October, 1:36 p.m. The Old Bailey, Defendant's Antechamber. Mr. Naruhodo! Yes? I'm so sorry. I made your job a million times more difficult. I was wrong, you were right, I tricked you, you trusted me, I dragged you into my mess. Oh, did it ever come to this? I'm so sorry. Did you really have no idea, Professor? About what Mr. Drebber was really up to, I mean? About what he was really constructing? Naturally. That machine was the embodiment of my hypothesis, of all my hopes and dreams. Been enjoying all the stuff, so figured why not? Aww, thank you. I had complete faith in it. Alright, in that case I won't say any more. Now, sadly, the murder accusation against you still stands. So we must do as much investigation as we can before the trial resumes tomorrow. Thank you for doing so much for me. I'm so sorry for arriving late this morning, Mr. Naruhodo. Susanoo, I'm so happy to see you. I missed you. Arriving late?
Didn't you receive my postcard? I wanted to let you know when I'd arrive.
Postcard? What postcard?
I hid it from you, Reno, so it'd be a surprise.
Oh, that's what she was doing.
Well, did it work?
I was surprised, alright? Especially when she threw me to the ground.
Oh, dear, I'm so sorry. I was just so happy to see you again that it sort of slipped out.
Oh, that's how she shows love. They're besties, Your Honor. They're besties. Maybe we could stick to more traditional displays of emotion in future.
Susie's train was late in London, Victoria this morning, you see. But we made the coachman really whip the horses hard so she didn't miss the whole trial. I was watching from the gallery for a while, but in the end, I'm afraid I couldn't contain myself.
Well, I'm glad you didn't.
Oh!
Having you at my side in court gives me the strength I need to win. I really need a co-counsel. It's very lonely. So, I'm, delighted to see you back in London. Aw.
Oh, you're too kind, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm delighted to be here. I hope I can continue to be of service to you.
Of course. So, what's brought you back? Did Professor Mikotoba not protest?
Let's save all that conversation for when we're back at home, shall we?
I'm very excited to hear. I need someone to throw me every now and then. It keeps me in check.
You know, I made one of the most special blends ever for this special occasion. Oh, Iris, how wonderful. I can't wait.
Aw. Susato-san was back in London. It's hard to describe how happy that made me feel at the time, but despite my elation, our tale was about to take yet another extraordinary turn. To be continued. I'm waiting to see it. Yep, there it is. Oh, perfect. That was like, yeah, that was like pretty much exactly an hour. Man. All right. Well, with that, my friends, thank you all so much for tuning in to the stream today. Also, just noticed the VIP badge. Thanks, of course. You've been around for so many streams now, and you're constantly chatting. I'm like, I have to VIP them. Thank you all so much for being here. We're gonna send you all a fun of raids, spread some love. And yeah, I can't stream tomorrow or Saturday. Glad I looked up Falsetto's reacts that one time. Is that where you're from? Oh, amazing. Thank you all for being here. Yeah, oh, I'm so glad to hear it. Thank you all for being here. I'm so happy to be constantly streaming again. I did go on a hiatus a while ago, and it was, but now we're back every week. We'll be back again. Sunday or Monday. I'm gonna shoot for Sunday. Usually I don't stream Sundays, but I'll try to. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. Sending you all love, and I'll see you Sunday or Monday. Bye! Setting you off at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye bye.